Hello and welcome back to HWR Reforged, and we have a very small amount of time left, so I'm going to spend that time scavenging, or actually I should probably train. I think training is probably going to be more useful because scavenging at the moment is not really that useful unless I want to get a huge amount of water skins. Maybe I do? Do I want to get water skins for stamina reasons or something like that? I'm actually not entirely sure, but yeah, as you can see, I actually can't increase any of my other stats. I think I can increase strength. So let's go for a little bit of extra strength here, because that's obviously going to help us to kill things just that much faster. So why don't I do that? There we go. We might not have enough to go into the bathhouse soon enough, so there we go. Let's just do that, then do a gamble, and then we're done. There you go. All right. This is the first time that we have ever gotten this far. I'm actually very worried. Very worried. Let's see what happens. A messenger appears to inform you that the Earl is calling you to his office on some important matter. When you arrive, you find Northampton and Prince Edward in the armory, where they are discussing something in a very cheerful mood. Good news, Sir Critical. It seems that our diplomatic efforts have had some success. Canterbury is ready for negotiations. I'm sure that it was the Battle of Windsor rather than diplomacy that made up his mind. He expected us to fail in retaking the city. Seeing us successfully take it back might have shattered his idea of superiority over us. He might be thinking that our strength is more or less equal to his. But let's not fool ourselves. There's no guarantee that he will take these negotiations seriously, and there's a high chance that he'll be using them as a ruse to buy time and see what we're up to. No doubt, but that's exactly what we want. I'm not sure I'm following you, sire. Why would we waste our time negotiating with rebels if we don't plan on reaching some kind of agreement with them? Especially since time, as you said, is also on their side. You see, Sir Critical, as I've already told you, a smart general avoids big battles, particularly those where too much would be at stake. If a certain complicated problem can be solved with one stab of a dagger, then there's no need to march thousands of men to their death. Especially since you might unknowingly end up being one of them yourself. I'm still not entirely understanding your point, sire. That's all right, you will soon enough. A small estate to the west of Windsor, owned by Baron Redding, who did not take sides in the war and volunteered to mediate in resolving the conflict and ending the bloodshed, is chosen as a place for negotiations. Both sides were obliged not to bring troops closer than 2 miles to the estate, and groups of negotiators were to be represented only by lords with their inner circles, without additional protection. An important condition that was supposed to guarantee the safety of the upcoming negotiations was the ban on wearing any armor for all members of the delegations without exception. When you heard about this, at first you wanted to protest, stating that you did not trust Canterbury, especially after what he arranged for you in Cambridge. However, Northampton, for reasons unknown to you, remained perfectly calm and ordered you to do as you were told. Prepare for what? Prepare for battle? Wait a minute, it just literally chucked me into a battle. That is so funny. Alright, okay. How am I doing, by the way? Am I okay on HP? Yeah, I'm fine on HP. I really should have leveled up my vitality more, shouldn't I, instead of strength? I feel like I'm lacking on vitality quite a bit. I think my HP is a bit low. Anyway, you may not go into negotiations with overly conspicuous protective gear or a shield. Ah. Wait a minute. Are you serious right now? Can I not take my two-handed sword? Can I not take my two-handed sword? What do you mean? Can I okay, fine, I'll take this off, I guess. Can I? Oh no, I'm worried about this. Okay, what about now? Or a shield. I don't have a shield. Oh, are you serious? Overly conspicuous. Okay, fine. Gonna unequip that. Let's see. Can I go with a weapon at least? Yeah, okay, I can. The Loyalist delegation led by Prince Edward, in addition to Northampton as a bodyguard and confidant of the Earl, also naturally includes the Duke of Cambridge, who recently arrived in London at the head of his troops. Without hiding his contempt for Northampton, the Duke openly makes it clear to him and the Prince that if anything in the negotiations goes against his wishes, he will not hesitate to go over to the side of the rebels. According to him, it would be better if both of them kept quiet and gave him the opportunity to resolve the situation on his own, especially since he knows how. Faithful to the agreements, the rebels show up for negotiations in a small group and without armor. They are led, of course, by Count Canterbury, but he is the only one in the group whom you recognize. The only one except for another man whose face was deeply carved into your memory ever since the day you met him in France. In other words, this is Ruffin, of course. Ruffin. This time he accompanies Count Canterbury as a bodyguard, seemingly fulfilling the same role as you are for the Earl. His cold, dark eyes carefully examine everyone present, lingering on you a little longer than on anyone else, but it looks like he doesn't recognize you. Ruffin's appearance further increases the sense of danger that you've been having for a while now, but it's too late to change anything. And thus, the negotiations commence. Gentlemen, we've gathered here today to determine the fate of the kingdom. An unsuccessful campaign in France that took the life of the king killed a lot of most honorable men, but now the war is over, and yet the blood still continues to be spilled. Why is that? And shouldn't we put an end to this? For should we not sheath our swords and curb our ambitions, the victor of this conflict risks to be left with nothing but a scorched wasteland, instead of a prosperous realm that our kingdom is today. I am convinced that everyone here is a loyal servant of the crown, and if that is the case, then it won't be hard for us to find understanding among each other. Nice speech, Prince Edward. Very inspiring. Definitely in your father's spirit, our late king. The king who dragged us into a misguided conflict on the continent, who repeatedly failed to achieve a decisive victory on the battlefield, and then, at the moment of truth, when we were one step away from finally being rewarded for our efforts, sued for a shameful peace with the French, not giving a single damn about everything that we've been through, all the sacrifices that we've made, all the hardships that we've endured, all the blood that we've spilled. Your father, Prince Edward, owes us, me and many other of his loyal vassals, who time after time responded to his calls, gathered under his banner, and from our own pockets, financed all of his war ventures, but never ended up getting anything in return for our service and loyalty. You know it all too well, Prince, and if it is your honest desire to put an end to this bloodshed, then there's only one way that can be done. Step away from the crown. A rare man is strong enough to carry a monarch's burden. Your father was not that man, and now look what his rule has brought upon us. Do not repeat his mistakes, Prince. And who do you think should get the crown, Alfred? Well, definitely not you, they both say. And don't call me Alfred. We might have been friends once, but those days are long gone. Huh, and don't call me Henry either. You've got no friends sitting at this table, Northampton. And you, Prince, don't have any true allies. Mark my words, one day you might find yourself telling him the same things that we are now. But honestly, whatever. We're here today to stop this bloody war and settle the fate of the kingdom. Death has caught up to the king during a campaign, and the circumstances of his demise are, as it looks to me, somewhat unclear. Unlike all of you, I did not participate in the said campaign, and thus can consider myself to be an impartial party. On top of that, I also happen to hold the highest title of everyone present, not counting, of course, a person of royal blood. Thus, I conclude that if a final say in this argument would be left to me, which of course I fully deserve, then we will be guaranteed to find a settlement that would satisfy everyone present. Many lords and noblemen have lost their lives fighting under the king's banner in France. Their lands and castles can be split nicely among all of you, with everyone getting a fat cut. Their legal heirs, of course, might not be particularly happy with this, but they will have to comply with our will. Like I said, there are enough rich lands and holdings to make everyone satisfied, and the best part is you won't have to fight for any of it. As for the crown, I too have a solution that is sure to satisfy everyone, but before that, let's get a couple of drinks. And turning to the Earl, he adds, Jerome, tell your men to bring wine already. We're not in church, are we? Good idea, Henry. I was just about to suggest the same thing. Trying to keep your voice down, you ask the Earl, Sire, is your name actually Jerome? I knew you'd ask that, you dosser. At least my name is Jerome and not Sir Critical. Well, he's got us there. He's got us there. When servants show up with beverages and snacks and wine starts flowing, the tension in the room does seem to ease off, at least a bit. But that doesn't last long. Just as you're about to reach for your freshly filled goblet, the Duke of Cambridge, who was the first to be served and the first to take a sip, makes a weird noise. With a loud rattle, he clutches his throat and tries to stand up, but is unable to control his body and instead collapses to the floor where he continues to convulse. Looks like our old boy Henry is not feeling too well. It's almost like he's choking on something. Well, what that might be, I wonder. His ambitions, perhaps? Is that it, Henry? Northampton gives the Duke's body a few kicks as the man gradually stops moving. Alas, no response. And what about you, gentlemen? How are you feeling? No complaints? I told you he's going to do that again. You did. For a man who spends so much time blaming me for dishonorable actions, you don't seem to be all that concerned about your own honor, Jerome. Respectable men agree to sit at the same table with you in order to discuss important matters, and you attempt to poison them like a filthy yokel poisons rats in his cellar. Even I don't remember falling this low. Northampton shrugs his shoulders with a light chuckle. I play the hand I was dealt. But if in order to win you have to pull an ace out of your sleeve, then why the hell not? All is fair in love and war. Well, some things were just not meant to be, sire. Sometimes your past catches up to you when you least expect it. I remember you, lad. Scottish campaign a decade ago. You were... Ruffin's hands goes down one of the pockets of his jacket, for a moment pulling down its collar, allowing you to catch a glimpse of a chainmail under the cloth. For my brothers. Sire, they're wearing chainmail under their clothes. Drawing a dagger out of his pocket, Ruffin hurls it forward in a single motion, aiming right at Northampton's chest. Men from both sides of the table jump up, reaching for their weapons. And here we go. They have gear. Well, this is a bit of a problem, isn't it? This is a bit of a problem. I do not have any gear. Am I not allowed to actually? Wait a minute. Should I have? Wait a minute. You know what I should have done? I should have taken off everything. Like I should have taken off my torso piece, and then I should have just left on other stuff. I'm pretty sure I would be allowed to wear maybe braces, maybe a neck piece, and that would have been pretty good. If I get hit by this guy, I am gonna just die instantly. He's using a war axe right here. I'm just gonna die, you know? That is exactly what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna have huge issues here. Alright, let's go for the head. Oh, he's dead. Wow, that was actually insta-kill. Okay, even without the critical strike, that's funny. Okay, so yeah, anyway, let's just kill this guy too. Oh, 87? Come on, Sir Critical. Are you serious? 87, come on now, come on, give me the 89. There we go, that's it. Alright, wonderful. Okay, so we now have, do we have the ability to equip stuff now? Yeah, I think we can actually equip stuff now, so let me actually just do that before we, you never know what could happen, so I'm just going to make sure. I don't want to be caught out by Ruffin, can you imagine? I mean, it's actually quite funny because, personally for me, if we didn't have to wear any gear, I think I'd probably be absolutely fine because my stats are just through the roof at that point because we have no stat penalties whatsoever, so I don't know. Actually unsure whether that's even the case. Anyway, chainmail don't save Canterbury's guards, and one by one they end up dead. But while you are busy dealing with them, actions around you take a dramatic turn. Eager to eager to finish off Northampton even, wounded by the dagger, Ruffin charges at him around the table, running into Baron Redding, who, in confusion, drew his sword along with everyone else. Seeing Ruffin decapitate his knight bodyguard with a single swing of the blade, the Baron, in panic, drops his own sword and starts begging for mercy. But the mercenary has other plans and disembowels the Baron like a pig, pushing him to the floor. Walking over Redding's brutalized but still breathing body, Ruffin continues to fight his way to Northampton, and now the only and last obstacle on his way to the Earl is you. Exchanging blows, you and Ruffin both keep glancing to another side of the room where Prince Edward is dueling against Count Canterbury. At first they seem equally matched, but very soon the prince starts gaining an advantage as he is both younger and faster, as well as more skilled at fencing. Time after time the tip of his sword pierces the count's defenses, only to be stopped by the chainmail that he's wearing under the clothes. Forced to back off under the prince's relentless offense, Canterbury asks Ruffin to come to his aid. But all of Ruffin's attempts to reach his boss keep falling flat, as you turn into an impassable obstacle on his path. Meanwhile, Canterbury's luck finally runs out, and another sharp attack of Prince Edward cuts his throat. Letting go of his sword, the Count sinks to the floor. "This is for my father, Count." Choking on his own blood and clutching the wounded throat, Canterbury struggles to speak. "I did what I believed was right. Let this be a lesson for you, Prince." And that voice is never going to appear again, ever. Thank you. "Don't repeat your father's mistakes," he said. Watching this scene unfold distracts you for just a fraction of a moment, but that is enough for Ruffin to grab a hold of your wrist, disarming you with one quick move, and then knock you down with an elbow strike to the face. You can already feel the steel of his sword on your throat when his finishing blow is interrupted by Count Canterbury's voice. "Ruffin, I relieve you of duty. You don't have to die here." And with these words, the Count dies. At that very second, several more armed knights from the retinue of Baron Redding burst into the room through the open door. Seeing how the balance of power is rapidly changing not in his favor, Ruffin chooses not to waste another second with you. Instead, in one big dash, he gets to the window, knocks out the shutters, and jumps out of it onto the roof of an annex building. Sliding down the roof, he disappears into the courtyard. "Why the hell are you lying on the floor, Sir Critical? Get up and chase him." Following Ruffin's example, you follow the path he has travelled with the agility and grace of a cat, and in a few jumps you find yourself in the courtyard. In the courtyard, meanwhile, a real battle is already unfolding between the people of Baron Redding and the retinue of the Prince on one side and the people of Canterbury on the other. Alright, here we go. Okay. That's funny. Alright, let's do this. I'm actually extremely excited about this. This is absolutely all new, so this is going to be fun. Okay, so we got my people as well. We got my squad now, so that's going to be cool too. So let's see. Whoa. How can I not do any damage to this guy whatsoever? Okay, chop armor. I guess I'm gonna chop some limbs. Gonna chop some limb armor. There we go. The other guy is just gonna die instantly by the looks of things, so we don't really have to worry about that. But yeah, we're just gonna chop his limbs a whole bunch. And is it destroyed yet? Can we tell? His limb armor is at 4. Okay. I think that's probably good enough, right? I think that's probably good enough to do some damage. Yeah, there we go. There's the damage. There's the damage. All right. Very nice indeed. Okay, so now let's just repair ourselves a little bit. Haha, repair ourselves. Yes, we're not some kind of mechanical beast, are we? No. We're a biological beast. Thank you. Okay, so let's just hit him on the limbs once again. He's dead. There we go. And now we got another one of these guys. These guys are so incredibly well armored. It's crazy. Okay, yeah, so thankfully my guy is doing a great job. And we don't really need to worry about him significantly. Okay, yeah, so we do have a bit of an issue here because unfortunately, once again, this guy has insane armor, or I don't even know what's going on with that, but yeah, he has really, really crazy good armor. And the guy at the back there is absolutely terrible, so we don't even need to worry about that, to be honest. We can basically just leave him as it is, because he's not really going to be able to do too much. Let's just destroy his armor once again. Nice damage, sir. Very good. Okay, now let's do this. Let's go for a nice overhead strike. Yeah, we might be able to kill this guy straight up. A miss? A 90? Are you serious? A 91? You can do better than that, sir. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. 86 damage. Yes, that's what I like to see. Thank you. Alright. Okay, so this guy is no doubt going to be completely done now. He should be completely done at least. The guy up at the front here should be completely done, that is. So let's see if we can actually take him down. There we go. Nice. Yeah, and the critical finished him off. That is so nice. Okay, fantastic. Because otherwise we would have had to attack him again. Whew, that would have been so annoying. Okay, so let's actually do this. He's dead. He's out of there. Very nice. And there we have it. Okay, let's do this. Okay, I'm going to just loot every single thing I can, because most of this stuff is actually going to sell for a pretty decent amount, even though I actually have huge amounts of money as it is. I actually don't even know. Is it worth me taking any of this stuff, to be honest? Probably not. All things considered. You notice how Ruffin, taking advantage of the chaos of the battle, slips out of the courtyard into the garden, from where one can quietly leave the estate. You chase him. Stop running away, you coward. Stand and fight. I've already kicked your ass in a fair fight, boy. Don't make me do that again, 'cause this time I won't spare you. I don't care about the outcome of this war. My men are in France. My service to the Count is over. I don't have a side in this conflict anymore. There's no one's banner above my head, and I have no interest in killing you. That might be so, but who said that I have no interest in killing you? This is something personal, isn't it? You should be careful with these kinds of grudges, boy. Obsessing about settling scores won't do you any good. Believe you me. There's too much blood on your hands. I can't let you go. You can hate and despise me all you want, but in truth we're not so different, you and I. You say my hands are covered in blood, maybe so, but take a look at yours. How many men have you killed? How many families have you destroyed? How much sorrow have you brought to this world? How much gold have you taken off the dead bodies? Actually, a lot. What is the difference between us? What makes you better than me? Just don't bring morals into this. I remember you now. The last time I saw you, you were a dirty foot soldier, an errand boy. And look at you now. A knight, a right-hand man to earls and princes. That's quite a long road you've travelled, and I know perfectly well what these kinds of roads are paved with. And what does one have to step over on his way to the top? You don't know a thing about me. And you, what the hell you know about me? About anything that's going on? I know enough. Was that so? Well then tell me this. Are you sure that there was no poison in your own wine cup? You'll understand one day, I'm sure, but that might be too late. Okay, well, that's the funny thing. That's the funny thing about this. I kind of want to fight him. I kind of want to fight him just because, but I also kind of don't. Okay, I'm going to fight. Enough talking. We've got some unfinished business. You do understand that this time I will kill you. I do, but that cuts both ways. Ruffin nods and draws his sword. All right, here we go. I am a little bit, I am a little bit fatigued, so we might have, maybe have some issues. We might have some issues here. We might have some issues. I'm actually not entirely sure. Anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna go for the critical, I guess. Just go for the critical. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, then that's absolutely fine. But what we do need to do almost immediately is drink some strong ale. Hopefully that can get me lower. No, it doesn't, but it does increase my HP a little bit, I suppose. Let's see, how are we gonna do? Do we do any okay, so we do massive damage to his head because he has no helmet, which I always find that quite funny, actually, when people don't have any helmet. It's kind of weird. And as you can see right there, we don't have anything else. Okay, so I basically can't do anything to him, so I'm literally just going to use some check feints, and he's just going to try to attack us. He's got so much endurance, it's actually insane. Just going to continue doing this. There's a nice hit from his crossbow right there. But we're getting him down a little bit, and I'm just going to recover now. I'm just going to stay really, really high in stamina here. That's all I'm really going to do. Maybe I should have let him go. I don't know. That's the thing. Should I have let him go? Actually, you know what? I think there's an achievement for letting him go. Maybe I should have done that. Well, doesn't. I guess it doesn't really matter too much. But, you know, maybe it would have been a better idea to do that. I kind of wish that this guy would actually attack me a little bit. But he is not doing that. There we go. He's got a one-handed or something? What is he using? Yeah, Mercenary's Companion. This is literally... I mean, it's a pretty good sword, don't get me wrong. Oh no, he's using two swords. He's using two swords? Wait a minute, he's using a dual wield or what? Is he dual wielding? That's actually crazy. Alright, so he's got the falcon ring, he's got the blood-soaked cravat. Okay, yeah. Okay, well, that's absolutely fine. Okay, so can I actually hit him now? Yeah, no, not in a million years. I literally cannot. So we're gonna have to just continue doing this. This is pretty bad, actually, all things considered. But I guess as long as I just keep doing this, we should be absolutely fine. And eventually, I mean, that's the funny thing. We are going to tire ourselves out faster than he is. Maybe I can hit him now? I might be able to hit him now, actually. Yeah, there we go. 60%. I'll go for it. Nice hit. Let's go for it again. Oh, not chop armor. Go for it again. No, I missed. Oh, come on now. Don't miss, you absolute imbecile. So critical, why are you missing? Okay, yeah, now he's way too high in stamina. Does the overhead ability actually... No, it doesn't have any accuracy cost whatsoever, so yeah, I'm not overlooking something, because I was actually worried that I was overlooking something again. Because obviously last time I had another ability, I had another attacking ability to use, and I just decided not to use it because I'm a little bit stupid about that. But yeah, anyway, let's just continue fainting then, I guess. Is this guy actually going to attack? Maybe I should have put on Liquid Death or something like that. That may have made more sense, but I didn't really want to do that. I feel like it's a bit of a waste, because I kind of feel like I would probably do pretty fine otherwise, even without that. But yeah, I'm basically just fainting him forever here. I actually don't even know what he's doing. He is actually attacking. He is actually attacking, so... the problem is I'm getting tired, and he's... Oh yeah, he's actually also tired. Oh, look at that. He's actually also tired, so that's good. Alright. So we can just do another check feint here. And another one. And another one. Are we ever going to be able to attack him? Yeah, maybe. Okay, let's go for the limbs. Okay, there we go. Not bad. Not bad damage, actually. Not bad damage. Let's go for another one. Nice hit, nice hit. And then we can actually finish him off, maybe. Ah, 42%. I guess 42% is not good enough, right? Thought it would be, but apparently not. Let's go for some respite here. Thankfully, NPCs can't use respite. Can you imagine if they use respite? That would be super harsh. Maybe it would be super harsh. Actually, maybe it would be easier. I don't know. But there you go. He's dead. Yeah, maybe I should have actually let him go. I'm kind of thinking now. Maybe I should have let him go. Maybe that would have been a... I don't know. Maybe that would have been a more fun idea. Because we have killed him once before. Oh well. Another one of your strikes makes Ruffin fall down to the ground. The mercenary immediately tries to get up, but the wounded body lets him down, and all he can do is just raise himself up a little, but he falls again. Numerous streams of blood flowing from his wounds in different directions form small rivers and lakes, leaving no doubt that he will never rise again. And he exhales like a tired person exhales, who's been carrying an unbearably heavy burden on his shoulders for a long time, and now finally got rid of it. And closes his eyes. If you're used to living hard, Ruffin, then dying should come easy. The last word is yours. But at this point, he doesn't really care. Alright, yeah, you know what, I should have let him go. I feel like I should have let him go now. I feel a little bit regretful about that, even though, to be fair, he was obviously kind of a bad guy. He was just killing everyone whenever he could, and he was killing peasants, he was killing innocents, you know, he was killing everything, basically. But the point is, I actually would have liked to have seen what would have happened. I think that's more interesting. Anyway, when you come back, the battle is already completely over. As word spreads through the ranks of the rebels about the death of Count Canterbury and the disappearance of Ruffin, their morale quickly vanishes. Those who can retreat are fleeing, and the rest are quickly killed. After climbing upstairs to the room where the negotiations were taking place, you find Prince Edward giving instructions to the captain of his bodyguards, as well as Northampton, around whom several healers fuss, providing first aid. "Are you all right, sire?" "Never better, except for a nasty bleeding wound in my stomach. Doctors say that it was the thick lower jacket that saved me. If the blade would have penetrated just an inch deeper, then I'd be spending this evening in the company of Count Canterbury and Baron Redding. I never thought that I'd be saying that to you, Sir Critical, but this is the rare occasion when I'm actually incredibly happy to still be seeing your face. Talking about the Baron, I knew him back before the war. He was at my engagement ceremony. He was a good man. Yes, poor fellow, sad fate, but what can you do? As they say, good health to the deceased. He wished for the kingdom to be in peace, and this is exactly what he got, even at the cost of his own life. Does that mean that we won? Yes, Canterbury with his wealth, cunningness, and authority were the force that held the rebel alliance together. With him out of the picture, they'll quickly get into a fight among themselves. I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow morning 2/3 of their Oxford camp are gone. Maybe even more. And then the rest will follow. The war is won, Sir Critical. In a couple of days, I will officially become the king. And then what, sire? Then I'll have to tidy up this mess of a kingdom that I inherited from my father. A failed expedition to France and a bloody civil war took a serious toll on the kingdom's well-being, my friend. So I'll have my hands full for quite a long time. And when it comes to me, I believe I've earned some rest. Once the crown is placed on the prince's head, my promise to the old king will be fulfilled. I think I've had enough of wars and adventures, especially since they've been getting rather bad for my health. You've earned your rest, old friend. Well, as for you, Sir Critical, I won't lie, you're one of the best warriors that I've ever seen, and having you at the royal service would be my great pleasure. Under the walls of Cambrai, Dartford, London, and at Windsor, you have always been true to your oath, and you deserve a proper reward. If you want to sheath your sword for good and choose a peaceful life, I won't object. You will be granted a small estate in some picturesque corner of the kingdom, and you'll be able to spend the rest of your days there doing whatever it is your heart desires. But if you want to continue the service, then, as you can see, the ranks of English lords have thinned quite a bit recently. So it's about time someone got promoted. You can become one of us. Okay, I'm going to continue to serve the crown. I have no intention of leaving my service, sir. I have sworn allegiance to the crown, and only death will set me free from that oath. I'm glad you've made that. If I could talk, I'm glad you've made that choice so critical. I'm sure we've got a lot of victories ahead. Let's be honest, Sir Critical, you did sometimes act like a total buffoon, but I won't lie, a couple of times you did drag us out of an absolute ass of a situation and acted like a true hero, so I guess it was an honor for me too to have you under my command. Thank you, sire. It was an honor for me as well, even though, no offense, but I basically, well, not me, but Sir Critical actually saved everything multiple times. Alas, I'm afraid this is where our paths diverge. I step down and you move up. Oh well, this, I believe, is for the better. The hour of my generation has passed, and now it's time for new heroes. Prince and now King Edward kept his word, and soon after the coronation you had the opportunity to get your own land allotment, and with it a full-fledged title of nobility. There were several options to choose from, both near London, where you can enjoy all the amenities of metropolitan life, and in the outskirts of the kingdom, where you can take possession of rich, but far from the benefits of civilization, lands. Alright, so we literally choose... Wow, okay, this is actually crazy. Alright, wow, that's actually crazy. Okay, does the game continue here? Does the game actually continue here? I thought it was going to end. Okay, we're going to go for... Income 1,500. I don't even need a huge amount of income. I'm actually pretty happy with... Do I need equipment? I don't even need equipment, to be honest. What's the best option here? I guess I'll do this one. You choose Hereford Estate, on the border with Wales, and become a Viscount. For the first time in your life, you have not only your own house and land, but also servants who are ready to fulfill any task, even. The title of nobility, combined with the status of the hero of two past wars, causes universal respect for you, even, including from people who had not even talked to you until recently. Pretty soon you forget that you were once a poor peasant who worked in the fields for pennies, or a dirty militiaman who dug trenches and cesspools. However, it is not destined to enjoy this new life for a long time, and about a month after the coronation, bad news comes from the north. The Scots, to whom Count Canterbury sent envoys, have crossed the northern borders of the kingdom and are approaching York with unclear goals. You have been assigned to lead the royal troops advancing north. 1 week was allotted for training. Added a new quest. Okay, so here we go. This is where we actually fight Wallace. Okay, I remember now. Okay, and here we go. We're getting some things. We got 4,000 florins. I don't even need all that money actually. So me taking this particular place was probably a bad idea. All things considered, it's probably not the best idea. There's actually nothing for me to take here. All things considered either. So we are just going to basically choose whatever, and we are the Viscount of Hereford.
That's actually very cool. Your immoral conduct. Oh, thanks very much. Well, I have 100. Yeah. I'm just gonna bribe all these people apparently. So yeah, we have 15,000 gold now, which is actually insane. So I can just level up all of my guys, as you can see right here. Just level them all up really easily, in actual fact. And they are gonna be insane. They are gonna be absolutely insane. They're gonna be destroying things left, right, and center. No one is going to be able to stand up to them. Which is going to be really, really interesting to see. So let's just repair this. There we go. Wait. Where is it? There it is. And we're just going to go and sell all my stuff. Sell all of this. I do not need any of it. And we're just going to keep that. Sell this. Sell that. All of that. There we go. Okay, absolutely fantastic. And now we've got 13,000 again. It seems like, I mean, no offense, but it seems like the marketplace is actually pretty good. It doesn't seem really, really bad. I'm not entirely sure why it said it was super cut off from supplies, because we have exactly the amount of herbs that we usually had. So it's kind of weird. Anyway, I can't actually raise my agility any further. Can't raise my endurance. Can't raise my coordination. So the only thing that I can actually raise right now is vitality and strength. And I don't think I can even raise my melee weapon skill or anything like that. So what I'm going to do is I will literally just do vitality now. I think that's it. There is nothing else for me to do, right? Yeah, don't know why I still have the promise in my quest log, but yeah, I do. So prepare for the journey to the north. I don't need to scavenge. I basically don't need to do anything. I guess I could just go and make some water skins. Just make some water skins just to make it super, super easy for us to actually win the final battle. I guess that's probably going to be the way to go. Because if I just make that, do I have any more? I don't have any more. So technically I should scavenge, but I don't really want to do that. All things considered, I would much prefer. We have a bathhouse and everything. I mean, literally, we got all this stuff. Build a squad, armor smith. As you can see, basically, okay, I'm going to assume that the armor smith doesn't have anything particularly amazing available. Whereas if you were to go to one of those other places, you would probably have a much wider selection. That's all I can really think of. Anyway, I'm just going to continue increasing my vitality here. Yeah, this place has no time whatsoever, as you can see. There we go. And we've basically got no time left at all. So that's all I'm going to do. That's it. That's actually all I'm going to do. I'm just going to go to my chest real quick. I was actually going to place some things in here, but I guess we can just do that. Is there anything else that I want to take out? Because it might be useful. I guess some potent medicine, maybe some regular medicine. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. Nope, I don't think there's anything else, so I don't need to. So yeah, we'll just go, I guess. There isn't anything else for us to do. I'm just gonna go in here multiple times just to make sure, and there we are. The troops gathered by King Edward to march north are nothing compared to the grandiose army with which you once invaded France. The unsuccessful campaign on the continent and the ensuing bloody civil war seriously depleted the kingdom's reserves, and so now he had to rely on very modest forces. A small consolation could only be the fact that the king ordered you to regularly inform him about the course of events and promised, if necessary, to send reinforcements as soon as possible. Another unexpected reason for joy was the news that an old sergeant decided to go north with you. Having spent his whole life in military camps and campaigns, he did not see himself in civilian life, and released from service by Northampton, he preferred to re-enlist in the Royal Army. You were glad to meet an old acquaintance, especially one you could rely on. The purpose of your campaign is the northern outpost of the kingdom, the city of York, from whose mayor the news of the impending invasion of the Scots was received. And so, leaving London to the north, for the first time you find yourself at the head of your own army. Managing a full-fledged army, even if relatively small in size, turned out to be not an easy task. However, thanks to your prestige, you handle it brilliantly. Under your leadership, the army is rapidly advancing. Nature itself throws you another challenge. After your forces pass Nottingham, the weather begins to deteriorate rapidly, and heavy rains soon hit. Day after day of downpours turn all the surrounding roads into a muddy swamp, making it difficult to move. There's only a few days' march to York, but the pace of traffic drops to a snail's pace. During one of the forced halts, when soldiers are pulling wagons stuck in the mud and drying their soaked-through clothes, an envoy from York arrives at the camp with disturbing news. Realizing that every hour is precious and seeing that the weather is not going to get any better, you decide to rush forward with only a small detachment, leaving the main forces behind. The heart of darkness, town of York, northern lands. York turns out to be a large city with dilapidated but still massive fortifications, under the protection of which thousands of people from all over the area flocked. Flooded with endless rains, buried in mud and packed with refugees to the eyeballs, the city is a pitiful sight.
God damn, it's been years since I've been here last, but this place is absolutely the same. Same dirt, same crowds of vagabonds on the streets, same Scottish invasion looming on the horizon, same old mess. Judging from by what I see, the city is not ready for a siege, not in the slightest, so I advise you not to waste any more time so critical. The sooner we get an idea of what's going on, the more chances we'll have to actually prepare for the arrival of the Scots.
I'm not entirely sure why he sounds like that, by the way. That is absolutely terrible. Alright, so yeah, anyway. There we go. Vitality and all that wonderful stuff increased. My immoral conduct, that doesn't really matter because we have so much cash. And there we have it. Okay, we are looking very, very good. I'm getting so many civic talents. I have no idea what am I gonna spend them on? What am I gonna spend them on? Nothing. Basically, I'm not gonna spend them on anything. And yeah, so now I can basically just train to my heart's content. Oh, I have to question the mayor of York about the situation in the city and its surroundings. Right. Okay, so I have to do that. Let me just see here, just going to make sure I'm not missing out on anything. Well, obviously I should probably get some more leather, shouldn't I? Yeah, I should probably buy some more leather, but whatever the case, that is going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.